Hey guys, so today I'm going to film my contour and highlight video. I asked on Facebook which one you'd rather see, and that's the one that got the most votes. So I'm going to do that today. Everyone does it differently. This is just how I do it. If you have any questions or anything else you'd like to see, please leave that in the comments below. I've already put on my foundation and I've already done my eyebrows, so now I'm going to highlight my face. I'm going to start with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Bare Neutral. I like to put this is probably a shade or two lighter than my skin tone. And I'm just going to put that under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my cupid's bow, my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. I just do this to lighten up my face. I'm going to take my beauty sponge. This is the one by Real Techniques. I'm just going to use this and pat all this in. Whatever's left over, I'm going to put on my eyelid, and this will act as a primer for the eyeshadow I put on. To make sure all these edges are blended out with my foundation, I'm going to go in with the Morphe M439 brush. It's just their little foundation brush. Pretty dense. It packs on product and blends it out really well. So I'm just going to go over what I just did and make sure it's all blended in well. Now with the Morphe M438 brush, I'm going to go in with the BH Cosmetics contour palette, and I'm going to use these two shades here. I got this palette last weekend, so I've been using it for a week, and it's really good. I really like it. Before I had the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit in light to medium, and it was good too. I just needed a new one, and this one's really good. I'm going to set everything I just did with the concealer with this powder. Now using the Morphe E41 brush, just a big blending brush, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Master Fix translucent powder, and I'm going to set my entire face so that whenever I bronze with powder, when I contour and bronze with powder, it'll all blend well. Now I'm going to start out contouring with the Morphe E8 brush and this shade here. This shade has cool undertones, and whenever I contour my face, I carve out my face. That's what I do when I contour. So whenever I carve out my face, I want to use cool tone shades because you don't want any warm tones whenever you contour. I'm going to start right to where top of my ear would be and go in. This first line is going to look a little bit harsh, but I'm going to blend that out so I get an idea of where I want. I do not want to go any below this first initial line, because if you go below it, it can make your face look muddy and just not contoured at all. I'm only going to go in about as far as the outer corner of my eye, because once you start bringing it in closer than that, your face is just going to look really muddy. Before I go any further, I'm going to dip my damp beauty sponge in my translucent loose powder, and I'm just going to run that along the bottom of the contour there to kind of carve it out a bit more. I'm just going to let that set until I'm done contouring. Now using the Morphe R10 brush, I'm going to go in and bronze with this brush. So I'm going to warm up what I just, instead of carving out, I'm just going to warm up the rest of this. So I'm going to go in with this shade here because I am more fair. If you're darker, you could go in with this tone here, this tone here. This sounds a bit too orange for me, so I mean, I don't see myself using that, but if it works for you, then I'm just going to go where I just went and then go up some. I personally do not contour my forehead, but I do bronze it, so I'm going to use that same warm bronzing shade and go right here on the top of my forehead and blend down. I don't put too much dark shades right here because I don't, whenever you do that, it'll close your face in. And I do want to close this in and close this in, but I don't want to close this in because the space between my hairline and my eyes I like. But if you don't like that space on your face, then you can contour it and help that. And now I'm going to do the same to the other side. Now after I'm done bronzing up and contouring the rest of my face, I'm just going to take foundation brush, or you can use the beauty sponge you used to put on your foundation, and I'm just going to kind of pat those edges where I did the contouring and the bronzing so that there aren't any harsh lines at all. Now with this blending brush, it's the M573 brush from Morphe. I'm going to use that contour shade in the palette, and I'm going to carve out my nose. I'm going to go with the natural shape and structure of my nose, and so I'm going to go from the tip of my eyebrow and I'm going to bring it down beside the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to do that on both sides. Then I'm going to do it to the end of my nose as well. Now with my beauty sponge and more translucent powder, I'm going to carve out right underneath where I put that contour on my nose, on each side. And I'm going to do that right down the center as well. Now I'm just going to blend out that translucent powder that was below my contour. After you let this sit for a little bit, you can just brush it away as you prefer, and it can cause the illusion of a more, I don't know, just a prettier nose. Now for a powder highlight, I'm going to go in with two shades from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to use this shade here and the shade here. And to apply this, I'm going to put it on the top of my cheekbone. And I like to put a tiny bit right on the top of my cheek. Not much, just a little. I'm going to also put a bit of this right above the arch of my eyebrows, down the center of my nose, and on my cupid's bow. Some people like to highlight their chin. I don't like that on me, but it does look good on other people. And to finish this off, I'm gonna highlight the inner corner of my eyes with the Morphe E36 brush. I'm gonna use those same two colors. And when I do my inner corner, I just focus on the right on the inner part and go a little up and a little lower, a little up, a little higher than a little lower. So I just finished this look up by using the L'Oreal Voluminous / Paradise Mascara. It's been used quite a bit and I put NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream and Cadence on my lips. So this is my contour and highlight routine. If there's anything else you'd like to see or any questions you have or anything, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this video. Bye y'all.